Everyone, it's Linda McKenna from Golden Rule Senior Placement Services coming to you today with Tuesday Talks. Today is April 7th, and we are just finishing up celebrating Golden Rule Week. You're probably saying to yourself, did Linda make up that holiday? No, absolutely not. It actually is a national holiday week, an observance. And I'll give you a little bit of history on it as well too, and some questions that you may have that are frequently asked. I'm going to go over it with you. But I really embrace this week personally, being that our company is called Golden Rule, and I really adhere by those beliefs as well too. So, Golden Rule Week, frequently asked questions. Is the Golden Rule a quote? It depends. If you're a religious person, then according to the belief, the Golden Rule is more than a quote. It is a commandment. However, if you look at it from a general point of view, it's merely a wise quote saying, although it is a great one. Why should we live by the Golden Rule? Simply because it increases the bond between us, the love we have for each other, the concern we show for each other, and in conclusion, makes the world a peaceful and an equitable place. Is the Golden Rule still relevant today? Genuinely, it should be, even in this next century. However, if this question denotes whether it is practiced as it should be, then the answer is no. One man's success largely depends on another's failure. In the case of a contest, which is what we see in all things today, the Golden Rule is thrown into a litter bin. So what we're saying, we live in a very competitive society, not only personally, professionally. We notice that in, athletically as well too. So it's something that really is your own perspective, is the Golden Rule, is what it's saying. And I agree with it 100%. And again, I'll reiterate, that's why we call our company Golden Rule, because we want to adhere that, and we want to make it a better place for our seniors that we work with, and also their families. So 5 interesting facts about empathy, because with the Golden Rule, you really have empathy for others. As it says, we treat as a motto, we treat others as we would want to be treated ourselves, but we put the word in seniors. So empathy has a lot to do with it, and honestly, it should be a way of life. 1, is it not synonymous with sympathy? People mistake sympathy for empathy and vice versa. I agree. You might be sympathetic of somebody's situation or dealings or their stance, but also it is not sympathetic. It's not empathetic. You have to understand where they're coming from. So being empathetic is that you could relate to it and embrace it for them. It might not be your beliefs, but also is to embrace it for them. 2, it's inherent in humans. All humans have the capacity of being empathetic, but one chooses if they want to be empathetic or not. And it's not something that comes in our DNA. It is also, might not be carried down from generation to generation, but it's something that it's by choice, but we have the capacity of doing it, but it is a choice. 3, it can be learned. Humans can learn empathy. Just as I said, just because it's in your DNA with your ancestors or ones before you, doesn't mean that you are empathetic, but is a way of learning. Some people, have a very hard upbringing, and so they didn't experience empathy in their household, but within time, they learn and they want to make a difference so they could be empathetic and understand the whole process, even though they didn't grow up in that environment. 4, it is not automatic. Empathy is an automatic feeling in some context. I agree. I feel for you when some people say that. I understand. Not necessarily is that true, and it's not automatic, because it's something that, not that you're placating or patronizing the situation, it's a normal response, but you might not really be empathetic to that person's situation. 5, it could be selfish. Empathizing can be done selfishly. Sometimes people feel in different relationships, maybe family members, friendships, if I empathize with her, I'm going to get it back in return, or let her or he think that I'm empathetic. So selfishly, they're going to be empathetic with me. Realize it's a two-way street. People could see right through that. But it can be done selfishly, and some people can see it very, very clearly about empathy. Why we love Golden Rule Week. 1, it's a virtue. Treating others the way we want to be treated is a trait everyone should have. Virtues like the Golden Rule should be inherent to us. I agree. It's for all species, not only humans, but also our pets. Just the world in itself, we might not have the same beliefs or ideals or political views, but we should be empathetic, and we should treat others the way we would want to be treated in return. So listen, if it's something that you don't agree with, you don't have to argue about it or shun somebody away. I'm going to be really honest with you. This happens in a lot of friendships as well too, and families. Just because we have the same DNA doesn't mean that we have to have the same beliefs in our own little world, apart from maybe our siblings or our parents or anything like that. But it's something that in a family, you're bonded together normally. But when it comes to friendships, guess what? You select one another. That is a choice to be a friend. And when you realize that in a friendship that it should be a two-way street, is giving and also receiving. And that's one thing I learned from a dear friend, my friend Linda, as well too. God expects that of us as well, is to treat others the way we want to be treated ourselves. But more importantly, with friendships, it's easy to be a friend and very sunny times, what I call fair weather friends. It is very easy to be that friend, but it's the times that are tested, that are stormy, that are very trying for the other. That shows when you show up what a type of friend you are, and vice versa. The friends that are around during the great days is not the real test of character. It is during the trying times that they're around. That makes it all the more the friendships is so much valuable. I've learned that myself plenty of times, and quite honest with it, that changes. It evolves into different types of friendships as well. 2, it promotes empathy. To want for others what the way we want for ourselves makes to understand how people feel about some things. Consequently, we are more considerate to them. If we could understand their perspective, understand their beliefs, understand their character, understand their trials and tribulations, we could better relate in not only being a good person, a friend, a family member. So Golden Rule Week should be done every day, really and truly. It should not be observed just this week of April 1st to April 7th. It's something that we should be practiced on a regular basis. And I really feel empathetic what my clients are going through during their transition, especially our senior clients. They're losing their independence, they're having health issues, and the families that are trying to embrace it, I try to really support them on this journey as well too. Be empathetic. I've experienced these things personally in my life, so I could now relate that over to a lot of my clients. I'll tell them, this is what happened with my mother, this is what happened with my father. So personal part of it, being part of their journey, really makes a difference. And also professionally, I've been through this multiple times over the last 8 years, so I could relay that over, that your situation may be unique to you, but a lot of other folks are going through it as well too. Please don't, just as of recently, somebody said that, oh my gosh, from a dysfunctional family. Absolutely not. It's what you make of it and to make a change. Okay, so be empathetic in your approach. 3, it increases love. When we find our neighbor means well for us, as they do for themselves, we tend to love them more, and vice versa. This will assist in the development of a healthy and loving relationship with them. Agree wholeheartedly. When you have a family member You're supposed to love one another, right? When you have a friendship or a client or a working colleague, really to actually a neighbor next door, these relationships are built on a mutual balance of not only of empathy, but of respect and also of dignity. And if we put that in our lives, it would be totally different. Realize that everybody has a different opinion. May it be in their religion, may it be in their idealistic part of their day, or also part of their political stance, whatever that it may be, that's what makes us unique. So your relationships with them are consideration that we also consider what their likes and beliefs are as well too. Golden Week activities. Here's some suggestions. 1, start by wishing others well. Changing that pessimistic wish for people and turn it a new leaf. Wish well for others as you would for yourself. Happy birthday, a greeting, right? Have a blessed week. I'm happy for you. Congratulations. It really should be genuine. It shouldn't be something that you just say because of it, or because of the day, or because of the reason. It's that it's genuine from your heart. So by wishing others well, really, it's a magnet. When you wish somebody well, it's a magnet for it to receive it. So it's both ways. It's not only reciprocal, but it's also giving to make it reciprocal. 2, practice it. Don't just chant the golden rule, point towards it, and practice it with genuine actions. This will help you become a better person. Meaning just don't talk about the golden rule, practice it every day. I can't say enough, especially with my clients. And my company host philosophy is you'll hear me say all the times, I will advocate for you and I will help you out to the best of my knowledge. I will bring you the best options for senior living where I would put my own mother and father, that I could recommend it. I will recommend the best attorney. I will recommend the best home care company. I will recommend a traveling or a mobile physician or nurse practitioner group. I'm going to recommend the best company for home health. The reason is not only is it a reflection on me, but it is something that has been tried and true over my career in healthcare for the last 30 years, but also for the last 8 years that I've been doing this. And it's so true with practicing it. Don't just talk about that I will treat our seniors the way we want to be treated ourselves. Actually complete it. Actually be a product of your word. 3, change the mindset. If you're the type that relishes seeing others in anguish, change your mindset and wish for others the happiness you would want for yourself. Never have bad wishes for anybody. It's something that I recently just experienced with my own little granddaughter. At 5 years old, we read books, sometimes through Facebook because they're a distance away. Not Facebook, I'm sorry, through FaceTime. And one day she's reading me a book and she actually stopped and said, Nana, I cannot say that word. And it's a bad word. And my daughter, of course, was in the room and I asked her, I said, why is she saying there's a bad word? It should not be in a children's book. And the word was hate. My granddaughter thought that was a bad word and it's something that she doesn't practice, is that she has respect for other people's opinions and doesn't dislike or hate anybody. That's the way we should be, and we should change our mindset. We never should wish ill on anybody or bad vibes on anybody, because guess what? It's a magnet that you can receive it back. So be that good family member, be that good friend, be that good colleague, be that good person. So this week really honestly teaches us a lot for the golden rule, but like I said, it should be practiced every day. Next week, we're going to be talking about, this is Occupational Therapy Month, and next week we're going to talk about what is occupational therapy ADLs, Activities of Daily Living, and how does this service support your senior loved one? That's what we have slated for next Tuesday. And never should I forget that tomorrow is Words of Wisdom. And for April 8th, we're going to talk about Occupational Therapy Week and what are ADLs, Activities of Daily Living, and should you be observing this with your senior loved one? So that view in tomorrow. As always, I leave you to my website. It's www.goldenruleseniorplacement.com. There you will find my demographics. You'll find my bio. You'll find testimonials, various options on senior living, resources, and a whole library of not only Tuesday Talks now, but also for Words of Wisdom, which is on Wonderful Wednesday. Also, there's links to social media on all my different platforms. Thank you. And yes, I'm wearing a gold shirt that says, "Thou shalt not try me." So I'm an advocate and I follow the golden rule. So I thought it was appropriate to wear today. So thank you. Have a blessed week. And I genuinely mean that. And anytime you might have questions, please give me a call. I would love to serve, and I would be honored to serve you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. See you next week, and I'll see you tomorrow for Wow. Bye.